I'm Brandon Brockman, and this is my story. I was born the second of 3 children to Christian parents, and as a family, we would go to church, and our church also had an elementary school that I went to, and through church, school, and my parents, I learned at a really young age about God and that He loved me and created me for a purpose in life, and even though that I am sinful and broken, and can't experience that on my own, He sent His Son Jesus to die for my sins and for everyone else's sins so that we can experience God's love and have a relationship with Him. And I learned that at a rather young age and knew it to be true, so I accepted Jesus as my Savior when I was very young. However, my life, of course, wasn't all fine and dandy since then. And a common theme for my life is God revealing Himself to me in the darkest times of my life. One happened when I was 11 years old, and this is when my parents told me that they were going to get a divorce, and it really shattered my heart. Within the next 2 years, the pain got to me really bad. I was diagnosed with depression, which is something I still deal with today. It also, eventually, I had a really bad relationship with my mom and her new boyfriend because my depression would lead me to bitterness, and I would take it all on them quite often. Eventually, the pain would continue to get to me, and I would reach the rock bottom. And by middle 7th grade, I stopped caring really about my life. I didn't care to live anymore on this earth. I would pray to God to say, "Can you just take me into heaven already? Because I don't want to live on this earth anymore." However, God has a much better plan than that, and He reminded me that He loved me, that He sent His Son to die for my sins. So the way that God showed Himself that was really unexpected, and it happened when I just turned 14 years old, and my parents told me that they were expecting twins, and when I heard that, I knew that I was going to be taking on a lot of responsibility. Being the oldest brother, I was going to be a major influence on them and a big role model for their life. And that alone made me realize that that God again created me, and that there was a purpose for my life, and it was to tell them what I was taught as a young kid, and that was about Jesus dying on the cross for their sins. And that really helped me regain joy in my life and remind me that there is a reason why I'm here, and it is to be able to tell my younger siblings about God. And that helped me change my life around with my relationship, not only with God, but also with my parents as well. You fast forward now to today, my family is much stronger in their faith, very much Christ-centered, and I love getting any opportunity I can to be able to tell my little brother and sister about Jesus and what He's done for them over almost 2,000 years ago. And they're 6 years old now, and it brings me joy to just be able to do that. So a verse that really fits in my life is in Deuteronomy 31, and it says, "Be strong and courageous, do not be afraid or terrified, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you, nor will He forsake you." And I have that verse on a paperweight that sits on my desk, and I read that every day to remind myself that God is with me no matter what happens in my life, especially in those dark moments. And I still go through them today, just battling depression and just habitual sin that's in my life. And that verse just sits as a reminder for me, a strong encouragement that God's always on my side, He's never going to leave me. He's going to help me through all situations that I face in my life. And that I really want to encourage that for you, that God also is with you and will always guide you, no matter what dark moments may happen in your life also. I'm Brandon Brockman, and I testify.